Have you ever had to raise a newborn calf? Because I have, several times. Raising a newborn calf can be done through proper nutrition, a safe environment, and proper medical treatment if needed. Lots of situations can happen when a calf is being born. For example, a cow might not be able to produce any milk after the calf is born, or something can happen during birth that causes injury or death to the cow. This happened to us about 2.5 months ago. One of our cows gave birth to a beautiful baby bull, but the bull was quite too large for the cow, which in turn caused the cow to prolapse and she died shortly after birth. My dad wanted to put the calf down because through the traumatic birth it had been through, he didn't think that it was going to make it very long. But I stepped up and I offered to help raise the calf to see if it would make it. And he actually has. He's about 2.5 months old now. My first point is proper nutrition. Since a calf is not being on its mother, it needs to have all the nutrients that it would receive if it were. Within the first 24 hours, you want to give the calf colostrum. This is very important because after the first 24 hours, a calf's digestive system changes and it won't absorb the proper nutrients that it would if it had gotten the colostrum earlier. After a few days, you want to replace the colostrum with a milk replacer that has the proper nutrients that a calf needs. By doing this, you teach the calf to drink out of a bottle like this one, a 2-quart bottle, or you can also teach it to drink it out of a bucket, which some people say is easier, but I like the bottle. Some of the calves pick up on it fairly quick, and some take a little longer. When you have a newborn calf, you want to make sure that you put out fresh starter feed for it to be able to eat, fresh hay in case it wants hay, and also fresh water. It's important to have the calf eat feed at an early age because you want their rumen to develop. The rumen is like a second stomach that the cow has where it holds everything that it eats and it ferments it so that it can take certain nutrients out of its food. So after a calf starts eating feed or hay, it takes about 3 weeks for the rumen to develop properly where it can work the right way. I usually feed my calves 2 2-quart bottles, one in the morning and one at night. There's a quote by Rachel Monroe from animals.pawnations.com, and it says, "Twice a day feeding is common practice among cattlemen. Calves should consume 8 to 10% of their body weight daily." At about 2 months of age, the weaning process can begin. Weaning is where you start taking the calf off milk and it's only eating like feed and hay. It no longer requires milk for nutrition. Angie Gentry from animals.pawnations.com says, "When your calf is eating at least 1.5 pounds of calf starter per day, you can start the weaning process. This typically happens at 6 to 8 weeks of age." I am currently weaning my calf at the moment. He is a little over 2 months, so it's time for him to get off the milk. Another point on raising calves is a safe environment. You want to make sure your calf is in a safe, warm, dry environment. I usually put my calves somewhere where there's a roof and walls so that it's not only out of the rain, but it's out of the wind as well. And during the winter months, you want to make sure to put extra hay in the pen so that they can stay warm. Sometimes I even put like a small heat lamp just to put off a little more heat for it. When you want to make sure a calf's pen is not soiled because you don't want your calf walking or laying in the soiled hay. This can lead to medical problems, which leads me to my last point. Sometimes you do have to administer medical treatment to calves. They can get diarrhea from drinking too much milk, and when diarrhea happens, you want to cut their milk amount in half and replace the other half with electrolytes to help them keep from being dehydrated. When a calf becomes dehydrated, it is not a good deal. It's a very challenging because you're not only treating dehydration, but you're treating diarrhea. Ann Haskins from Vitaplus.com says that early signs include lack of appetite, drinking milk slower than usual, or weakness. So if you see a calf that is dehydrated, you start giving it electrolytes. This is the kind that I give my calf. I usually put a scoop in a 2-quart bottle. If a calf gets dehydrated, I usually take him to my local vet, and my local vet usually recommends me giving the calf a shot of vitamins and a shot of antibiotics just in case it is a bacterial infection. Sometimes they can get bacterial infections from the milk bottles not being cleaned properly, so that usually helps them. And then I also give them a daily dose of Probios, which is also another antibiotic. If the dehydration gets severe or you can't correct it and get their blood levels back to where they should, you need to take the calf to a vet immediately. Some of the signs of severe dehydration is where a calf won't get up because it's so weak, or its eyes appear to be sunken in. So the vet can administer an IV fluid and get the calf feeling better. So raising a calf, it can be very stressful, but it can be very rewarding. To be able to see a calf grow because you're the one helping it do so, it's just an amazing experience. Anytime I get the chance to raise a bottle-fed calf or a bucket calf, I definitely take it because it's just something I think that everybody should be able to do once in their life. It's very cool. Anyone can have a happy, healthy calf as long as they have proper nutrition, a safe environment, and proper medical treatment if needed.